Hey guys, Tom from Beamer Network. Today I'm going to be putting our B58 intake on my 340i. I'm going to be showing you guys the step-by-step process from taking the stock one off to putting the new one on. I'm no mechanic, kind of just a guy that films videos. I'm going to show you that this is something that even I can do. As someone who hasn't done a ton of work to this car or any B58, I'm going to show that anyone can do it. It's a pretty easy job to do by yourself at home. It only requires a handful of tools. Yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So to get the intake off, here's all the tools you're gonna need. Just need a little Johnson, like this. To start off, I'm gonna take our mass flow air sensor. Get easier with a flathead. Nope, just like, next thing you're gonna do, loosen this guy until the pipe is right here is loose. In order to get the air box off, there's just a couple little the plastic nubs like there are on your engine cover. And all you gotta do is just pop that off. All right, this is gonna be the one tricky part. We gotta get that guy off, just to get this inlet off. All right, so because this thing is in at such a weird angle, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a 7mm in with a baby ratchet. All right, next thing we gotta take off is just this little nub. All it is just a deep 16. All right, so the stock intake is off of the car. I'm gonna start putting all this stuff on now. All right, so first step is this heat shield is going to go in. It's going to sit in there like so, and then that just lines up with that bracket there. You got it in, you just take a little screw, put a nut on the other side, get that nice and tight. We'll tighten that down in a second. I want to leave this a little loose so that I can use our inlet and our coupler and have a little bit of play in there. It's just going to make it easier for me to do. All right, so we got my little coupler on. Clamp this down in a second. Then we're going to put our air mass sensor under here. All right, so we got a little air sensor off of the stock intake box. This goes on. We have some new screws, new little tiny guys, and I'm just gonna use an Allen key to tighten these guys on. Got good news, folks. We're gonna do an inlet as well. All right, so in order to get the inlet off, we gotta take the hose that attaches to both of these things, set it down. You can see that in here, you can see them in here, and then the other one is right here. And so you just gotta kind of push these together, pop that clip off, and then you just gotta take this clip off, started by doing this. And then there's a little clamp down here on the other side. Zoom in. All right, so here's how we're gonna put this inlet into the car. What we're gonna do is we're gonna attach this hose into there, and then we're gonna put it in there, get this clamp right here plugged in, and then we have our V clamp right here. This goes on to secure to the inlet. Be sure to put your little O-ring in there, otherwise you're gonna have a bad day. All right, so the inlet is on. I got this hose attached up here. I reattached the wastegate sensor, and then reattached whatever this is over here. Honestly, I don't even know. Inlet was actually pretty easy, and yeah. And now it's time to put the new intake on. All right, so now it's time to put the actual intake inlet onto that inlet. I'm gonna put that in there, and then we're going to attach the filter, put it on the box. All right, so once you get this guy tightened there, we're going to put this guy on the bottom and get him secured. Like so. All right, so we now have the inlet on, the inlet for the intake. Got this all plugged in. Got our clamps done. Now we're going to put the filter under the box, get everything else zipped up. All right, so we got the lid to the intake and the job is finished. The intake was super easy to do, as well as the inlet. The inlet just added a little bit of time. I would definitely say this is a great mod for your B58. Adds a ton of sound. You're gonna have a little bit more of responsiveness from your throttle. It sounds great. This thing sounds amazing.
Tolan's car just got the BN intake. Edmund's still in a stock one. We haven't put an intake on yet, so we're gonna get some before and afters for you real quick. So we're gonna get Edmund's car first. Now Tolan's car. Edmund, you want to brake boost again? Higher this time? Tolan. Way better airflow and a way better sound.